It's not letting me do it for whatever reason.
It
Nicole, why don't
says it's streaming.
It says it's streaming.
Okay, cool. Well, then we're streaming.
Hello and welcome to Serafina and Brimley and staff.
That's right. We're super excited to have you here with us. So without any further messing around or anything like that, we'll just begin our show, and hopefully the ads will have caught up to you so that you can just see what's happening. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Brimley.
Oh, yes, of course. Your tea. Here you are. It's precisely heated with a little wedge of lemon, just as you prefer.
Thank you, Brimley.
Thanks.
You've been working on the garden with the lemons in it, correct, Brimley?
Oh, yes, ma'am. The lemons, of course. I've been working quite hard on the lemon tree, actually, in anticipation of the spring festival here at the estates.
How many lemons do you estimate it will produce?
Well, I'm thinking of 89 right now, ma'am, though there is a blossom that looks quite promising. We might be up to 90 by the time next week rolls around.
Perfect. We shall donate 10 of them to charity, of course.
Oh, of course, ma'am, naturally. And the other 79 we'll just make into lemonade for the festival.
Yes. I would like to go see the lemon tree right now.
Oh, of course. Well, why don't I just step out into the garden? I'm sure that the gardening staff would love to discuss things with you.
Hello. How many flowers have you planted near the lemon tree?
Oh, ma'am, 200 today.
200. That's 100 more than you did yesterday.
Yeah, I just thought that I should, maybe work a little harder or faster, ma'am. Thank you.
Of course. Well, anyway, I had been actually, while you're out here, I wanted to ask you, the mulch.
Oh, ma'am, the mulch, of course. Did you use the cedar mulch that we discussed, Anne?
No.
You didn't use the... ma'am, I think that we had a little mulch confusion. We used the same red mulch that we had used last year, I'm afraid.
The red, ma'am?
The red mulch. Well, I was actually wondering if we could remove the mulch because it gets stuck in my sandals.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes, absolutely, ma'am. We'll be working on it right now, of course.
Very good. You work on
every piece by hand myself, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, thank you.
I can't believe we allowed ourselves to get to this place. I'll help you on my half day off, and we'll make sure that we get everything rearranged in the garden.
Pick up every single one, sir. I'm ever so sorry, sir.
It's all right. We'll figure things out. Now, I wanted to make sure that I asked you about the what's the name of that flower?
Sir, the Astrea Brimleys.
It's the Astrea Brimleys, yes.
The flower that was named after your grandfather, sir.
Yes, in honor of his service to Miss Serafina's family. That's correct.
Yes, the one that the Queen allowed the family specifically to name as a gift.
That's right. Yes, it's very exciting. I still have the photograph of the Queen in my study. Yes.
Well, sir, unfortunately, they all kind of caught a fungus and died.
What? That's That's terrible.
I'm sorry,
I,
sir.
that's not what I wanted to talk to you about. But I imagine we'll find some way to soldier on. We just don't want to let Miss Serafina know about anything going wrong in the garden. We'll discuss things later. I need to catch up with her on the garden path. She's without a chair.
I'll
Just a
do my
moment.
best. I'll pick up every piece of mulch, sir. Every piece, I promise.
Yes, of course. Miss Serafina,
Yes, Brimley?
I didn't want you to be without a chair.
Oh, of course. Wasn't there something you were going to ask me about today?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I wanted to ask you about whether or not your aunt was planning on arriving at the Lemon Festival next week.
Oh, Aunt Rose, Rosemary.
Yes, yes,
Rosemary.
yes. The one that you don't prefer as much.
Yes. Well, I invited her for, you have to invite your family to these things.
I suppose. Is she planning on bringing her carriage, ma'am?
Well, she's planning on bringing her carriage and her hounds.
No. Very good, ma'am.
I'm sure you're able to handle the hounds, you and the others.
Yes. Well, I do have an extra pair of trousers. I suppose that I'll be able to withstand the biting.
Of course. Brimley, it
Yes, ma'am.
looks like you should go prepare the place for the hounds now.
Yes, I think I should. I'll just leave this chair here with you, ma'am.
Oh. Sorry, mistress. I didn't mean to get in your way.
Oh, I had a question for you.
Oh, sure. Is it with regards to the roses? Because they are climbing the trellises. It takes a little while for them to really make it up there.
Oh, well, yes, the roses, they should be up there by the party next week because, it's the rose party.
Of course, ma'am. Of course. And they're doing beautifully. They should arrive on time, just provided that we don't have any sort of frost next week because they don't like frost and there is some chance of frost next week.
Well, anyway, the roses were not what I wanted to ask you about.
Okay.
I was actually wondering if you could design me a necklace.
Well, of course, ma'am. I'd be my honor. I know. I think a beautiful sapphire design would look really gorgeous with your eyes, and I know the family has a great lot of beautiful sapphires in the safe. I could.
Oh, exactly what grade of sapphire are those again?
They're AAA sapphire. They're certified, and they came directly from the East, exotic East, via a trade route that's very proprietary to this family.
Those should go perfectly on my necklace.
Wonderful. I will
I
see
would
to
like
it.
that ready by the party as well.
Yes, absolutely. No problem. I will begin on it right away, and I shall see to it that our best metalsmiths work on them. Everything.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Well, I wanted to call all of the servants together. I'm afraid I've had some most distressing news from Miss Serafina. Her aunt Rosemary is going to visit next week. Yeah, the one with the hounds, the one that has that likes to criticize everything, and I still have the scars from last year's visit.
I'll have to find my pants.
Indeed. And I know, and you're still recovering from the loss of your favored apple tree that the hounds dug up.
But sir, they scare me so.
I think we need to make an appeal directly to Miss Serafina together as one united front.
Yes, absolutely. We need to make a direct united front right to Miss Serafina. Right, Anne?
Yeah, I think those hounds are dangerous, and I want to do whatever you two think is best. Miss Serafina would never listen to me.
Well, I don't know that that's true. I think that if you're together with all of us and we are united and clear, perhaps we can help her find some sort of alternative.
Yes, united and clear.
Yes, united and clear. Yes.
But sir, I don't like to speak to Miss Serafina because I don't feel worthy. I think maybe I could just stand in the hallway or in the back.
Yes, that'd be perfectly fine, and I shall do the speaking. If
Ding, 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 ding. Brimley to the parlor.
Oh yes, I'll be right there, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We thank you so much. I've brought your tea cakes, just as you wished.
Thank you.
You are. I'd like to speak with you for a moment, if I may. Indeed.
Whatever do you want to speak to me about, Brimley?
Well, if I may be so bold, ma'am, it's about your aunt.
Oh, the one that's coming to the party. Yes, her.
Yes, I'm afraid, ma'am. Well, I've spoken with the other servants, and we are united in this. We feel that that your Aunt Rosemary shouldn't visit for the Lemon Festival.
Oh, thank goodness. I shall have to tell her it's just too much of a preparation to get the hounds seated and in time for this next week's party.
You agree, ma'am?
Well, of course, I never wanted to see her in the first place.
Oh, thank goodness. We'll all be so relieved. You know, she's dreadfully boring and just, well, quite a strain on the entire household, ma'am.
Yes. Oh, the way she criticized every little detail about my outfit.
Yes. Well, I'd be pleased to help compose the letter that asks her perhaps maybe not to be here next week.
Very well.
If you give me a brief moment, I'll grab your stationery and we'll finish it. Here we are. Dear Aunt Rosemary.
Brimley,
Yes.
do we have to call her dear?
No, not at all. No, I rather like the sound of that. Aunt Rosemary. We can keep it informal. I wanted to write you as winter turns into spring, to let you know that we'll be. I'm not sure how to put this, ma'am.
I know, Brimley. We'll be delighted to have your company in some future date, but unfortunately our grounds are not suited for your
Yet. They're not suited for your arrival. We've had a horrible mulch accident. that would mean that your presence would be it would not would be just too disruptive at this time while we fix our problem. Yes?
Yes.
Ah, perfect. We look forward to having you at Estes Estates on a future date when our gardens are in proper order for your arrival.
Yes.
Ah,
She'll understand, especially because she does seem to have a hard time coming when one thing is out of place.
yes, no, this is perfect. It makes the whole problem in the garden make perfect sense. Sincerely,
Yes,
yes,
sincerely.
sincerely,
Serafina.
Perhaps most cordially to reinforce the bond between you and your love for her, despite being unable to host her at this time.
Oh, that sounds like a lovely idea, Blythe. Most cordially then, ma'am?
Blythe, I had no idea you were so wonderful at letter writing.
Oh, I just wanted to convey the benevolence and sweetness of your being as best we could. Thank you, ma'am.
That's excellent, Blythe. But perhaps I could give this letter to you to write?
I would be honored. I would be very honored indeed.
I know about your skills at calligraphy.
Yes.
Why don't
yes.
you write this out? And we'll leave Miss Serafina to her tea.
Of course, ma'am. I'll bring the final copy for your approval. Thank you, ma'am.
And scene. There. That was our show, everyone. It was the inaugural version of Serafina, Brimley, and staff. Very exciting. Real quickly, just so we can meet all of our actors, we'll have everybody come on camera for just a brief moment. Yay! Just quickly going around, we have Miss Serafina.
I'm Carolyn Morey. Hi.
I'm Brimley, Neil Leahy. Yay! And then we have other folks that will introduce themselves as well.
I'm Anne, and my real name is Nicole Perkowitz.
Yay.
I'm Blythe, but I'm also really Kristen Drenny.
Great. Well, thanks for watching, whether it's now or later, and good night.
Stay tuned.